All right, so get ready for today's deep dive. We're diving into the power of words.
Again?
Well, yeah, kind of. It's always about words in a way, right?
True enough.
But today is going to be a bit different, promise.
Okay, you got me intrigued. What's on the agenda today?
We're going to unpack how something as simple as a question mark.
A question mark.
Yeah, you know those little curly things?
Haha, I know what a question mark is. I just didn't expect them to be the stars of today's show.
They're about to be. They can totally change how persuasive a message is, especially in marketing.
Now that is interesting. Tell me more.
Okay, so we found this research paper. It's called Promotional Phrases as Questions versus Statements, an Influence of Phrase Style on Product Evaluation.
Kitschy.
Right?
So this paper is all about how we react to questions versus statements in advertising.
You got it. And they're saying that sometimes a question can actually be more effective than just coming out and making a statement.
Now that does make you wonder.
I know, right? Like, are they saying that the best coffee is somehow more persuasive than the best coffee?
It seems counterintuitive. We always hear that being clear and direct is key in advertising.
Exactly. But this research is saying maybe not always. Sometimes a little mystery can be really powerful.
So instead of telling someone what to think, a question makes them think for themselves.
That's the idea. It's about sparking that thought process, like, is this the best coffee for me?
Psychologists call this elaboration. You see a question, your brain automatically starts analyzing, comparing, and then boom, you come to your own conclusion.
And we all know there's nothing quite as convincing as our own conclusion.
Exactly. If you tell me something is amazing, I might be skeptical. But if I convince myself it's amazing, well, then I'm sold.
Exactly. And that's what's so cool about questions in advertising.
But of course, it's not as simple as just slapping a question mark on everything.
Oh, there's always a but, isn't there?
Our reactions to questions versus statements, well, they actually shift depending on our emotional state.
Okay, now you're really making me think. We're talking about how our emotions play into all of this, too.
Oh, yeah. Buckle up, because it's about to get really interesting.
So a question mark can be like this secret weapon.
Well, sort of.
But it all depends on our mood.
It really does.
All right, I'm hooked. Lay it on me. How do our emotions play into this whole question mark thing?
Let's say you're walking through the grocery store.
Okay.
Just relaxed, taking it easy.
Yep, I'm with you.
And you see this big display of, let's say, fresh berries.
Berry is my favorite.
And the sign just says berries.
With a question mark.
You got it.
I think I'd be more likely to stop. Yeah.
Right.
Than if it just said berries, like a statement.
Exactly. Because when we're relaxed, in that low arousal state, our brains, they actually crave a little curiosity.
So that question mark becomes like an invitation.
Exactly. It's like, oh, what's going on here?
Tell me more about these berries.
Yes.
But what about when we're, like, not in a chill grocery store mood? What about when you're stressed out and everything's chaotic?
Yeah.
A question isn't going to be as helpful then, is it?
You're absolutely right. When we're in those high arousal situations, our brains, they want clarity. No time for games.
Like if I'm trying to find my way around a new city and I'm already late, the last thing I want is a sign that's like, need directions.
Exactly. I need a sign that just screams MAP.
Yes. Just give it to me straight. So in those moments, our brains prioritize that clear, direct information over anything that requires too much thinking.
Precisely. It's about survival, almost.
Wait, survival? Are you saying there's an evolutionary reason for this?
Oh, yeah, you better believe it. Think about our ancestors. If they're being chased by a tiger, a question like, I wonder if that's a dangerous animal, isn't going to be very helpful.
Not helpful at all. Run would be much more effective.
Exactly. We evolved to crave curiosity when we have the mental space for it. But when things get real, our brains, they just want those clear, actionable instructions.
So this instinct, it affects how we react to marketing messages even today.
You got it. And this research, well, they wanted to see just how much these subtle cues really impact us.
So they didn't just talk about it, they actually did experiments.
3, in fact.
Oh, man. I love when we get to the experiments. All right. Hit me with study number 1. What did they do? Okay, lay it on me. What kind of experiments are we talking about?
They designed 3 different studies.
3? Wow, they really went for it.
They wanted to see how questions and statements landed in different situations. And they didn't just want to know what people said they thought. They wanted to see how they behaved.
Okay, now you're talking. Give me the details. What was study number 1?
So study 1, it was all about the power of a question to get us thinking. They showed people an ad for a pen.
A pen.
Yeah, sometimes the ad was phrased as a question, like, the pen for you,
Okay.
and sometimes the statement just, the pen for you.
Hmm.
But here's the thing.
What?
Before they even saw the pen ad, the researchers messed with their arousal levels.
Hold on, hold on. How do you mess with someone's arousal level?
It sounds more complicated than it is. For low arousal, they had people look at these really calm images, like nature scenes, peaceful stuff.
Makes sense. And for high arousal?
They use these super exciting images, think sporting events, that kind of thing.
Ah, so they're priming their brains to be either relaxed or amped up.
Yeah.
Clever. What happened next?
Then they showed them the pen ad.
Yeah.
The people who had seen those calming images, the low arousal group,
Mm-hmm.
they wrote way more about the pen when the ad was phrased as a question.
They were more intrigued, you're saying.
Exactly. The question made them think more deeply about it.
Fascinating. But did they actually end up liking the pen brand more, or was it just all on their heads?
That's what Study 2 was all about.
Hit me with it.
Same basic setup.
Yeah.
Pen ads, arousal manipulation, the whole 9 yards. But this time, they measured how much people liked the brand afterward.
All right, what were the results? Did the question mark win?
When it came to the low arousal group, you betcha.
Uh-huh. I knew it.
They were way more positive about the brand after seeing the question-based ad.
But what about the high arousal group? Did they still prefer the question?
Actually, no. When people were feeling more amped up, the statement, the pen for you, it actually worked better.
It's like their brains were like, less talk, more pen.
Exactly. They wanted the direct approach.
So we've got pens and arousal. What was study number 3? Did they branch out from office supplies?
They took it to the grocery store.
Oh, finally, some real-world application. What they do, follow people around with pens.
Not this time. This one involved that strawberries.
Strawberries. Okay, you've officially piqued my interest. Tell me everything.
Picture this. You're walking through the produce section, and you see this beautiful display of strawberries.
I'm there.
But here's the catch. Some shoppers are hearing this calming music, really mellow stuff.
Setting the mood, I like it.
And others, they're hearing this upbeat, high-energy music.
So they're manipulating the shopper's moods without them even knowing it.
Exactly. And get this.
There's more.
The strawberry display itself, it either said berries or berries.
Come on, you can't stop there. What happened?
Just as we thought, people were way more likely to buy strawberries when the display matched the music.
So calm music plus berries equals a shopping cart full of deliciousness.
You got it. But if they had the upbeat music,
Yeah.
they went for the berries.
Wow, that is amazing. We really do respond to these tiny cues in such powerful ways.
And most of the time, we don't even realize it's happening.
This is blowing my mind. So to sum it all up, if we really want to get someone's attention, especially if they're feeling relaxed and open, a well-placed question mark can be incredibly effective. There's always a but.
If it's an urgent situation, or you really need someone to take action quickly and decisively, then skip the question mark. Go with a clear, direct statement.
It's all about reading the situation, right? Or maybe reading the brain state.
Exactly.
This has been such a fascinating deep dive. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing all this incredible research with us.
Thanks for having me.
And for everyone listening, keep an ear out for those question marks. You might just be surprised at how much they're influencing you. See you next time.